Why, Georgie? Would you like a piece of candy? No, I'm just joking, guys. Yeah, so I do apologize for the last couple of recordings, thanks to OBS. Like I said, I kind of figured it's going to be a key button to where you use your keys for certain keys to record or to pause and stuff like that. I think one of the keys I was using OBS doesn't like, because it continued just to crap out my recording, and it would do like half a recording or like 30 seconds of a recording. And there's certain keys that I've used before that I've had no problem with, and suddenly now it doesn't want to work at all. So get that out of the way. I'm keeping the orange lights because even though Halloween's over and done with, I rock out with Halloween pretty much for the rest of the year. I don't celebrate Christmas, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So yeah, there's that. Get that crap out of the way. Throws. Bring the glasses back just doesn't make it easier. So far this week has been pretty fantastic. I had a test to get my driver's permit, which is a whole different thing in different states, but I passed it first try. Read our goddamn guidebook for like 4 times in a row, so there's that. So I actually passed the first try, and it's like, yes! It's like, I don't have to worry about it for an entire year. So. I think we're going to switch up mercenaries, because she's, I don't know, she's level 16, she's got a lot of leveling up to 23. Haven't touched the game ever since I've been playing it. I totally forgot I didn't even start my goddamn timer. Work is dead, so we're getting this recording in. So let's go do the Lost City, and hopefully OBS doesn't take crap. Let's just check. Alright. You see me tend to pause every few seconds or every few minutes. That's just me basically just checking to make sure OBS is still recording. So now that I have to baby OBS to make sure it actually works properly. And what was I gonna say? Another big update. Holding off on the gaming computer that I want for right now. I'm actually leaning towards more of actually getting my first cell phone, and had a discussion with that about in the Discord. Some people who know a lot about cell phones and stuff like that. I will be getting an Android, and I know a lot of people who don't like Androids. They say, no, iPhones are so much better. Well, iPhones probably are better if you got the starting amount of $800 to buy an iPhone, which I'm not for because that's just ridiculous. Because really, all you're literally paying for is a camera. You take the applications away, and you take the camera itself away, you literally got like maybe $100, $200 phone. But because you had all these camera features and all these applications, all this crap, suddenly it becomes an $800 phone, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And but I'm getting an Android because it's like $600 cheaper. So I apologize if you don't like Android, but that's what I'm gonna be rolling with. Let me see. We can't sell anything. But doesn't mean we can't start looting stuff. And recently, just beat Dragon's Dogma again. We're in like the post-game stuff with like Everfall and Bitter Black Isle. So I got all the DLCs and everything. Haven't played that game in like maybe 5 or 6 years, and it always brings back the good memories in one of the areas, which is called Everfall, which is at starting point you want to be at least level 70, mid 50s to early 60s in order to enter, but I recommend going to level 70s. And there's a merchant in there that basically sells like end gear, weapons and armor and stuff like that for within that certain area, because Bitter Black is a completely different area of the game. Like $1 million for $1 million gold for like a weapon or a piece of armor, and I'm sitting over like maybe $1.5 million of gold. I'm like, I'm not dropping $1 million gold for this goddamn weapon that's like maybe 10 points better than what I have. Screw that. This salamander is becoming a real pain in my ass. So I was like, no. It's like, I'll write you down. I'm not dropping $1.5 million gold for a weapon. It's like 10 points more damage. Not happening. And you can't really duplicate anything in there, especially gold. So it's like any gold you find or any gold you get from box fights, something like that, is basically what you get. So, and I play on console, so there's like no console commands of infinite gold and crap like that. So seems like the max out level is like 200, but I'm already like level 80 as it is. And also picked up like no more than a week ago. I recently got Fallout 3. I haven't played that game since like first came out, so what, maybe like 2008-ish, somewhere around there. Maybe a little, I want to say a little later than Fallout 3 came out. Might have been 2005. I know it came out around the same time Oblivion came out, which I think was like 2005. But I haven't played Fallout since like Fallout 3 since then, and it was one of the games I just was never really into. I don't know. It's like $3 for the game, and I got that and like Assassin's Creed, the very first one, for like $5. So it's like great games practically. And I apologize for any heavy breathing in my too. So hopefully the audio should actually. Let me take a little pause real quick here. Okay, make sure the OBS is still recording. Audio should all be back to normal because I went to go check the videos and stuff like that and realized there's no audio. No game audio. It's like great. Hopefully it fixes all of it. So try to bring the videos as best as I can. Okay, got Homeboy down here. I don't know if Merce is actually going to gain any experience. She's such a low level. Goddamn, my back is so damn too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright guys, just making sure. I have OBS in studio mode right now, so I can try to keep an eye on the recordings. You basically missed out on me just BSing around and getting the Lost Viper Temple right before my work called, which, once again, OBS decided to take a giant crap and only record about maybe 7 minutes worth of video. So, there was that. So basically we've got the Claw Viper Temple, or Claw Viper amulets. So let's make the staff, and we'll pretty much knock out Arcane Sanctuary, so it'll be like 14 minutes. I should make it like a 20-minute video right there. So still have yet to figure out what the hell's going on with OBS. Tried looking it up, you can look it up on Reddit, and zero goddamn answers for anything that's close enough to what I have, what's going on with OBS. So I have no idea. But it's starting to piss me off because OBS has never done this, and suddenly now it's acting up on me, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But get off work, so I'm gonna recording in, got dinner in already, so see how this first video goes. If whoa, you were getting slapped around, putting too much dragons on my goddamn mercenaries getting slapped around. Sir, I'm gonna need you to stop that. Of course, it's got a dead end. Been playing Dragon's Dogma and just like going through Everfall, which is basically a post-game area. Like minimum requirement for Everfall is like between level 50 and 70. But it basically takes every type of enemy you come across, every boss, even new enemies, and just mashes them up in like 15 different rooms, but different areas. And some of them have boss room areas and some of them don't. So for instance, is like one you could be fighting like a chimera and one, and it'll have a combination between like a chimera, a cyclops, and a golem, you know, and you gotta take them all out and stuff like that. So it's like really annoying, but good for farming experience like that before you start getting like the DLC and stuff. Look at all these goddamn mages. If poison had any actual elemental effect besides just slowly draining your health, you might have a problem here. But it doesn't. You're pretty much safe. Because poison, I believe poison doesn't stack. So, I mean, with that many mages, I mean, as long as you have decent poison resistance, I mean, you should be lasting. I mean, if your poison resistance is like zilt, you know, you may be in trouble. Because poison may not be able to physically harm you, but if it slowly drains your health, and the next thing you know, you have a horror archer just popping one off at you. So, yeah, because we're at 3.5 minutes right now. Probably for future videos, if OBS is going to continuously do what it's doing, I'll probably just do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing, just so it kind of syncs up the video until I can figure out what the hell's going on. But I think one of the only big things you guys probably missed, which I don't think I got to explain in the first part of the video. So I'm holding off on the game PC right now because with the holidays coming up and all that shit, you know, I'd rather spend some like $600 or $700 in money on gifts for the family and stuff like that. But however, I will be getting a cell phone, so I'll be getting my first cell phone ever. Out of my long years I've lived, to be my very first cell phone, and getting a Android. And most people are like, no, get an iPhone. Starting price of an iPhone is $800. I'm not forking out that much for a goddamn phone just because it has a nice camera and a bunch of apps on it. You know, people crap on the Android for so goddamn much. I've got like 5 or 6 friends who've got Androids, and Androids are also $600 cheaper. I mean, that's all you're literally paying for when you're getting an app phone is a camera and a bunch of apps. That's about it. You know, and I really don't take Instagram photos for like a food and crap like that, so I really don't care about, you know, camera quality that much. As long as it gets the job done, you know, that's all I really care about. And you can go on my Instagram too, but mostly just League of Legends, things like that. So if you have zero interest in like League of Legends or like any form of like Diablo gameplay, you really don't have really any interest in my Instagram, which you should follow. Gotta sink that in there. This mana consumption is gonna really kill me. It's definitely gonna be an interesting fight against Duriel, because even with 4, oh, you know what? I've got to put my last one real quick. Even with 4 mana out of like 70, you know, slowly drains down or drains out very quickly. So having to squint and shit. So. We're at 6 minutes, it's still doing too, so hopefully OBS just says not take a shit. And apparently when I was reading, they're planning on making a Jeepers Creepers 5. Recently watched the newest one, the name is... it was okay. I think they said it was like PG-13. It's like, no. You can't make a Jeepers Creepers movie and make that shit PG-13. You know, that's like... making something like Nightmare on Elm Street PG-13. Except you never see Freddy. You know, you just have like those random people just making like off-sound screams and crap like that. Ain't gonna work. There's a reason why Nightmare on Elm Street is rated R. And they wanted to actually make I was reading too, they wanted to make a Freddy vs. Jason 2. But Robert Englund said he just can't do it, he's just too far up in the age, which I don't blame the man too. You know, he's out of him and the other guy, I mean, he's always going to be, you know, the most iconic Freddy Krueger. But, I mean, the guy's like almost, 80? At least? So, you know, he just can't do the stunts and runs over that, so I really don't blame him for not wanting to play Freddy Krueger. Which is funny to see, because it's like, you think of him, you think of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, Robert Englund's the only one who's ever played Freddy Krueger, at least that I know of. And if you look at someone like Michael Myers, look at Jason, they've had multiple different actors and stuff like that actually play those horror classics. Alright. We are level 24, actually. Awesome. So, that basically means we're going to reset our stats and get Holy Shock. And with Pluggy, I can just reset them anytime I want, instead of actually having to put my points into, not put my points, having to do the Den of Evil quest crap. So we're heading at 162, 410 with, which would have been level 19, Holy Fire. So, but now, only a 252, which I expect to be very little in resistances, but, or damage, I mean. Oh, we don't have our thing up either, that's why. We gotta make sure we get our vengeance. That. It's a little weird playing in studio mode, but it'll have to work for now. 410. So we actually are hitting, what, like 42 damage less? Memory's kind of shoddy. So we're not exactly beginning hitting extremely hard, but that's just only level 1 of Holy Shock. Still gives us 16 points to mess around with. Salvation, I'm not going to really do much about. Meditation, I will put at least 1 point in there, because it will help me out with the mana whole thing, instead of having to continuously waste potions, or if I'm running out of potions. This is the thing with goddamn holy shit. Put that goddamn point in there, damn it. Let me dump the rest of the points in Vengeance. Okay, so we get at least level 7 Vengeance. 176, I think that's like, what, a 485? So, how much is that going to cost us? So 5.5 mana? That'll be interesting. So let's put on Holy Shield. That's going to cut into our mana quite a bit. But we have Meditation. Cover rate's 300%. It says heal. When has that ever happened? That's got to be a Pluggy thing. I don't remember Meditation ever healing you. It's going to be a slow start at first, but eventually it will actually be pretty better. So, yeah, 177 to 552. So we're actually doing quite a bit of damage. But, of course, the easy way for goddamn Arcane Sanctuary is not the right way. Makers. We got about 4 minutes left. So, like I said, at the end we'll do the 1, 2, 3, 5 thing, and so hopefully it actually captures my goddamn recording and not do it. Because what it's doing is it's capturing recordings, but when you go back and look at it, the video recording will be cut off in like 30 seconds or some shit. So I'll have like my outro, and then suddenly just like, bye guys, and then it'll be like, just as it's gonna go, it's about to say bye, and it just cuts off. It's like, what the hell? I don't know. Do the best we can do. That's all I can ask for. It's where like Holy Shock and your Holy Fire is really gonna come into play, because even though his attack is slow as he is, he's going to hit really hard. But that Holy Shock and Holy Fire is what's really going to make it, instead of a like 3 or 4 combo hits, you can make it down to like 2 hits. You know. And eventually, once it gets high enough, even on player 7, you should still be able to actually one-shot even lower level enemies. Specters are going to be a really big problem for you too. Especially like Specters, Stormcasters, Apparitions, stuff like that. Enemies are really going to drain your mana. Particularly enemies with mana burn, but even then, like, I can run with like 0 mana, and I'd still probably do the same amount of damage. So. Excuse me, gentlemen, I'm going to have to ask you to leave my mercenary alone. Thank you. So I might go from like 2 hits up to like 3 or 4, but it's because I'm not running any mana. I'm recording this on Thursday too, so normally I do all my recordings on Sunday. About a minute and a half left. Alright, so I think we're gonna end it here. I know, kind of a cutoff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to make sure I get that in there. And like I said, I'll try to continue to figure out the whole OBS problem thing, but I don't know what the hell's going on. I am using an older version of OBS because I know the newer versions you have to, once you install newer versions of OBS, you literally have to reset everything all over again. And I do not want to have to do that unless I really, really need to. And I know the newer versions of people are saying that newer versions of OBS is just a pain in the ass. Would you guys just leave me the hell alone? I'm trying to get an outro here. But hope you guys safe, healthy, and sanitized. Make sure to drop a like, think about subscribing, the comments below. Like I said, if you ever come across this problem before, let me know. Because I'm drawing blanks. I'm looking at audio recordings, I'm looking at keybinds, and there's just nothing is happening. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But make sure to check them all out. See you guys.